last 30 years, which is the changing consumer. The one thing we have done well, I think, is to have our ear to the ground and understand what the Indian consumer wants. So whether it was the introduction of quartz and popularizing it later, and understanding that design would lead in the watch industry, and how the watch industry, the more things change, the more they are the same. At that time, it was quartz which mastered the mechanical watch. But just see how well mechanical watches are doing worldwide at the luxury end. And now, later, we entered the jewelry business and introduced branding because the consumer was ready for branding in the jewelry business, although the jewelry business existed in India, perhaps for a few hundred years before us. Same thing in eyewear. And whether you looked at segments or categories, what we did with Raga, what we did with Fast Track, essentially with the consumer at the center. Therefore, that philosophy has guided us, but the most important piece in this is that the consumer in India is moving and moving ahead. And why I say this is important is, many years ago, there was a thought that had driven us forward, which is we all look for consumer satisfaction. But the more dissatisfied a consumer is, the greater is the opportunity to bridge the gap. Demand is created only when there is dissatisfaction. If you're satisfied with everything, you can't create any marketplace. So dissatisfaction is the route to demand. And I think the consumer in India has been moving ahead. We call it aspiration. Aspiration for a better life means you're dissatisfied with your present state. So it is aspiration that has driven, and I think we've been at the center of that. We've been good enough to understand what that aspiration is. So all those examples I've quoted of having the consumer at the center has driven us forward. So today, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. You will witness one more such event, for which the time has come. We believe the Indian consumer is ready now for this event of which the time has come. So thank you once again for being here, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
These guys, you'll find out why.
Excitement is reaching its crescendo, and I'm sure all of you want to know the outcome of that challenge. So,
hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, I think from the videos, it's very evident that I'm not very good at music. And to do music, you need genuinely to be talented, and stand-up is a lot about nonsense. So Dada, I don't think I can compose a Bollywood track like you can. I'm very sorry. I admit that you're just superior talent.
Har man gaya na?
Har man gaya, absolutely.
I should also admit, my attempts at doing comedy is a bigger disaster. Completely. And I think I should just stick to making music, or comedy mera bas ka nahi hai.
I agree. I don't want competition in my genre either.
I knew you guys will give up. But you know, it was a lot of fun while it lasted. I'm sure all of you will agree. It was really fun to see them doing this, and I'm glad I pitched them against each other.
You found it easy, Dada? It was... I think, you know, I can't do many things. It's impossible to be good looking and a genius at the same time. My vanity is my USP.
Absolutely. You can't be totally best at everything. It's not possible.
Yeah.
And India's most loved brand is just about to show us how it's going to happen. We're minutes away from the launch of Titan's smart watch, which very seamlessly blends function and form. It's a beautiful watch, and I think it's really, Titan has created a masterpiece. I think we should welcome the people behind this story. Please welcome them on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, IPQ Managing Director, Titan Company Limited, Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, and CEO, Watches and Accessories, Titan Company Limited, Mr. S. Ravikant.
Of course, it's possible to be great at more than one thing if you have the passion to explore.
And the drive to deliver more than expected.
The guts to move to your heart's rhythm.
The vision to see the possibilities.
And finally, the will to make it happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this very moment, we're ready to launch the product film on Twitter, where thousands of consumers have retweeted since yesterday to catch a glimpse of the first ever smartwatch from Titan. And you can be instrumental in taking this a step further. To reach 100% of power and energy to get this video to play across all the Twitter feeds around the country, I'd request all of you to first remove your smartphones and send a tweet to that hashtag, #SmartIsNowStunning. Come on, let's be a good sport. By the looks of it, all of you look like good sports. So a phone out of your pocket, ready to unlock the video to witness the extraordinary. It's now. This is the time to witness the extraordinary.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here's presenting the most exciting new age addition to the Titan family.
Presenting Titan Juxt. Smart is now stunning.
Ladies and gentlemen, giving you the future of timekeeping, Titan Juxt. I'd also like to inform all of you that the pre-bookings are open on www.titan.prebooking counters at the end of the hall, so please feel free to go and get yourself your new Titan Juxt. And now I'd like to invite on stage.
First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you for joining us.